So now that I've got the center line established, I can go ahead and measure out that center line each way and know where I'm going to draw my vertical lines going up and down. And then to go around the edges to hollow it out, all you gotta do is pick up one of these simple little cheap compasses that they sell anywhere. And the easiest way to do, now all I did was set this up for a 3/4 inch wide spread. So the easiest way is just to take the sharp end, ride it right along the edge all the way down. Alright, and that's pretty close, that's close enough. And like I said, I'll split off of here, I'll measure my distance and draw my vertical lines all the way down this body. Alright, so now that I've got my center line established, I've got my outside lines drawn, and I know I want my center block 4 1/4. What I'm going to do is go off my center line then 2 1/8 from the center on each side, make a mark. And I love these little cheap push lead pencils with a thin lead because they're nice and accurate, so that's what I always use. Alright, so I'll make a mark, top and bottom. Then I'll just grab a straight edge. Meet them up, top and bottom. Right about there. Draw my line. Alright, we've got that. Alright, now you don't have to go with the shape. I don't want to go into the horn because I don't want to hollow out the horn at all. It's the most vulnerable part, so what you can just do is just round it off there. Something like that. Doesn't really matter. It's going to be covered. It's not going to be seen. It doesn't have to be perfect, you know. So we know all this is coming out of here, and we've got all this coming out of here. And none of this matters because once you put the top on there, you will then go ahead and cut out your control cavity for the pick guard. That's just a general basic idea of how you do this. Alright, so now we've got this cut out and roughed out. Now all we have to do is go around with a file and some sandpaper and clean it up, get the edges nice and smooth. Now one thing I shouldn't have to tell you is always wear a mask, especially when working with this MDF because it is some nasty stuff. I mean, you might even see some floating around in this video right now. I just got done cutting this. Very potent stuff. Wear a mask, as you should be wearing a mask with any wood you're cutting. The dust is just horrible. Try to use a vacuum when you can. Keep it safe. Alright, so now what I've got is just some 120 sandpaper. We'll go ahead and hit it around the edges. Clean it up. So now that we have the template all set, ready to go, all I did was transfer the center lines over the edges there, top and bottom. What we'll do next is just set it on top of our body. Just get it where you need it to be. Mark up your center lines. And that looks pretty good right there. Just hold it down and trace out the whole area that we're going to be routing out here. Now what we'll do is we'll take this body over to the drill press over here, and we'll go ahead and hollow it out, take the majority of the wood out with the drill press over here, help save on the router bits. And we're going to go to a depth of 1 1/4. That leaves a 1/4 inch across the whole bottom. And you're going to need that space, especially in the control panel where the switch goes pretty deep. So you're going to need all that space for sure. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Alright, so now we're ready to drill this majority of the body out. And what I've done is I've gone ahead, and I don't know if you could see it on the camera, but I made a little mark down here. And I brought it down and set my depth adjustment on the drill hair to only go down that far, so it'll automatically stop. Alright, so we ended up putting the same bit in, if you can see here, as we used on the body the first time, where you got the bearing on the bottom over here. And I will set this up actually, I'll raise this up. So it rides right along that template. Taking it back up. Actually, I won't be taking off that much, but just to give you an idea. I mean, you just want to ride that template, but you want to take out just small amounts at a time, because we're still taking out quite a bit of wood over there, and we'll just slowly work it down. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and route out these hollow spots, and I am using this old Craftsman router that was actually my dad's. Still works, so I'm still going to use it. You don't need fancy tools. For being an old thing, it's pretty cool. It's actually got pretty cool work light in there, if you saw that. I don't see any new ones with that. So we're going to dive into this. I'll show you a closer look right here. All right, and there we have it.